This is the Sunday Matinee. I am the Wiz. Man, my wallet is going to hurt this month. Oh man. Not only is the summer Steam sale going on right now, but now Barnes & Noble will have their Criterion Collection films 50% off until the end of July. Well, I thought it would be a good idea to give you guys some recommendations on what movies you might want to pick up if you are interested in beefing up your collection with some great movies with excellent artwork and meaty special features. What is the Criterion Collection, you ask? The Criterion Collection is a boutique label of DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K UHD films that does flawless transfers of films with loads of special features and some of the best covers out there. Criterion is my favorite boutique label, not just because they have interesting special features and artwork for the covers, but because the films they choose are distinctive and have some significance in the artistry of film. Criterion has released gorgeous editions of Passions of the Joan of Arc, Haxan, and The 400 Blows. They cover classic Hollywood, French New Wave, silent films, and even films in countries like Nigeria, the former Yugoslavia, and Senegal. They cover influential directors of the past like Ingmar Bergman, Akira Kurosawa, and Andrei Tartakovsky, and current-day masters like Martin Scorsese, Jane Campion, and Pedro Almodovar. Drama, comedy, documentaries, Criterion carries all sorts of different, challenging, exciting films that span from fan favorites to cult classics and everything in between. But enough rambling, let's give you some of my suggestions with different types of films that I'd recommend to you if you want to jump in headfirst into the collection. Criterion in the past few years have made a concerted effort to show movies that chronicle and celebrate the Black experience, especially in the United States. Recent releases like Cooley High, Love and Basketball, and Hollywood Shuffle have brought back classics from Black cinema, and they also celebrated the renegades of Blaxploitation with a box set of Mario Van Peebles films and the release of Shaft. But if I'm to choose one film involving characters that are Black, I'm most assuredly gonna choose One Night in Miami. One Night in Miami is a film about four men talking about their coming futures in a turbulent 1960s during the Civil Rights Movement. That in itself can be an interesting think piece of a film, but Kemp Powers' excellent script, which is one of the best written in the past 10 years in my opinion, feel of intimacy and depth that few conversational films have. Oh, and the four characters just so happen to be four of the most important figures of that time: Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke, and Jim Brown. Definitely check this out if you haven't seen it yet. It is a wonderful movie. So let's go to the LGBTQ themes. Pride Month is now over, but you can still enjoy a film from that persuasion. Films involving LGBTQ themes have a different flavor than most types of films, with an exuberance but also a sensitivity that most tend not to have. Some films in the collection are films like Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which I reviewed recently, good movie, the recent release of The Watermelon Woman, and Hedwig and the Angry Inch. But if I'm going to choose one that I'd recommend, I'd have to go with Blue is the Warmest Color. Blue is the Warmest Color treats a lesbian relationship like any other. Starts with a glance, then a smile, then it gets physical, then painfully emotional. Blue is a ride of an emotional roller coaster, and it treats this relationship with the levity that most relationships have, that introduces us to what love, lust, and companionship is truly like. A beautiful film with excellent performances by the main actresses. But would you say, actors? 3-act structures? Psst! I want none of that shiznit. I want to know about the truth, god damn it. Well then, Criterion also has documentaries you can check out. Docs like For All Mankind, General Adi Amin Dada, A Cell Portrait, and Grey Gardens. With documentaries, I will recommend two that tackle the same subject. First, Night and Fog. It's a 30-minute documentary by Eliane Reznaz, and it talks about the tragedies and horrors of the Holocaust in brutal detail, even showing emaciated people during the throes of the Holocaust. If you can handle some tough imagery, it's a film that deserves your time. The other, of course, is Shoah, Claude Lanzmann's epically personal portrait of the effects and traumas caused by the Holocaust. Whereas Night and Fog shocked your eyeballs with horrific imagery, Shoah hurts your head and heart with stark conversations with victims and angers you with the perpetrators of the horrors talking in a matter-of-fact detail about the pride that they took in certain aspects of the atrocity. It may not be graphic, but Shoah is emotionally draining, but is an experience like no other when it comes to documentaries. Whoa, Wiz. That's just a little too real for me, bro. How about something light? Something funny? Criterion isn't too haughty-taughty to refuse to make you laugh, so here's some great comedies. There are some great comedies in the collection, like Hollywood classics, Bringing Up Baby, and My Man Godfrey, and nearly every Wes Anderson film ever made. I'd recommend Rushmore, The Royal Tenenbaums, and The Grand Budapest Hotel, but that's just me. There's one comedy I'd say you should pick up. It's the delightfully weird, quirky, and meta Being John Malkovich. Spike Jonze's first film has a great comedic cast, including John Cusack, Catherine Keener, Cameron Diaz, and of course, John Malkovich. It's definitely a mind twister, but it's also a hilarious film in its delightfully quirky way. But you're a sporty type, huh? Well, Criterion has some of those for you too. The aforementioned Love and Basketball is one, so is Downhill Racer and the 80s Kevin Costner classic Bull Durham. But come on, the right answer for this is Hoop Dreams, one of the best documentaries about sports ever made. Telling the story of two disadvantaged youths trying to make it to the NBA, the film chronicles in exhaustive detail as to how they had to fight through poverty to make their dreams happen. And finally, let's get romantic. You know I love my romance films, and Criterion has a buttload of them. Recently reviewed was In the Mood for Love, Brief Encounter, and how about some Douglas Sirk films like Magnificent Obsession. But my pick is the all-time romantic comedy classic, It Happened One Night. Charming, hilarious, and an all-around great time, Claudette Colbert and Clark Gable ooze charm in a funny and sweet romantic comedy that provided the formula for so many in the last 100 years. A gem of a movie. Want more recommendations? Let me know what you want to know and what you think of my selections. And let me know what yours are as well. And that is it for the Sunday Matinee and this episode of I Am the Wiz. Monday is the Gaming News Roundup and new releases for this week, and Tuesday, Zero and I are reviewing the Edward Zwick film, Glory. But until then, I am the Wiz, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.